Hello? Testing? Testing?
I'm hearing nothing.
I did as I hear the nothings. Hello? Testing? Testing?
Hello? Nothing is
Test?
happening.
Test? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Testing? Testing?
Can you hear stuff? Are these not plugged in all the way? Hello?
Testing? Testing? Testing?
Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum.
Here. Oh, we are live.
Oh my god, me stretching and like cracking my back and shit. 3 minutes.
Well, can't fucking hear shit. It looks good. We'll get better, you know? Things will get better. Why is it still going this then? Here. I'm like, come on, let us hear shit.
Is the audio working?
Uh-uh.
Why are we having problems? We don't need this right now. Whoa, my eyes blinked, like not at the same time. I'm hoping it was a lag.
Not at the same time.
It was like doo-doo, like they like blinked
Doo-doo.
not together.
Hello? Testing?
Hello?
You can hear it out loud now. But if I plug in the headphones... Oh,
Okay.
now I can hear.
Okay, here.
Plug this guy back in.
Hello? Fuck yeah.
Can you hear?
Yes.
Okay, good. I
Yes,
was like,
Big
bitch,
Daddy, I hear you.
if this is fucked, we gonna have some issues.
Whoa, my
honey.
eyes blinked, like not at the same time.
This
I'm
is our
hoping it was
first
a
time
lag.
here. We're just trying to figure everything
Not at
out.
the
We're
same
looking
time.
at
It was
everything.
like doo-doo, like they like blinked
Doo-doo.
not together.
Oh,
Hello?
now we can hear each
Testing?
other.
Hello? Wait, what?
You can hear it out loud now. But if I plug in the headphones... Oh,
Okay.
now I can hear.
Okay, we gotta mute that while we're
Plug this guy
recording.
back in.
Testing, test. Hello? Fuck yeah.
Can you hear?
Okay, cool.
I just
Yes.
want to make sure I got the right one. Okay,
Okay.
good.
Everything looks
Yes,
really
Big
good.
Daddy, I
We're gonna
hear
hold again?
you. I want to hold.
Yeah, I
If
like
this is
holding
fucked,
too.
it's
Because I'm like, I
We gonna
literally
have
am like a
some
hunchback of
issues.
Notre
Whoa, my
Dame when
eyes
we're like
blinked,
this. Like
so-
not at the same time. Not happening.
Yeah, I don't
This
want
is our
to.
first time.
It just sounds so
here.
much
We're
better,
just trying
too.
to figure
Everything sounds
out.
good.
We're looking
It
at
was like
everything.
doo-doo, like they like blinked not together.
Oh,
Okay,
now we can hear each
testing.
other.
Hello? Wait, what?
This isn't going to be up anyways. We don't need that up. I just wanted to make sure that we're like actually... Do I need this up?
Probably.
Let me see.
If we're like streaming on it, I feel like it has to be open. You can't close it, then it'll like close the stream, right?
Well, because it's... Okay, yeah, no, it's right here.
Okay.
All right, cool. Look at you.
I was cracking my back on the chair.
Oh, yeah, baby. Welcome to That's Wax. So spontaneous.
Woo!
We are here today. I should probably pull up TikTok.
Tiki talk.
I guess we'll just watch
Talkie
TikToks. And then talk about my birthday. We'll talk about all that shit. And then I wanted to talk about... There was something else I wanted to talk about, but I forgot.
I gotta tell my gym story.
The GM story. You sent them in my DMs. Okay, perfect.
There's like so many. You can just you can just pick whichever ones.
Yeah, I've been making my own little tiki-talkies over here, too. Okay. Let's...
I want to be able to see us. Yeah.
So, are you ready? Do you want to... We'll start this show. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Welcome back to episode 11,
I think so.
12.
Maybe 12?
I think it's 12.
Okay.
I don't know.
We're in
see,
double digits.
but we're made it. We're doing it. We're here. How was your week? What have you been up to for the week?
I have just been working and working. It's busy season at my work right now. So
What does that mean? Like, what are you doing when it's like busy season?
I don't even know how to explain. Basically, property taxes are due, and my job is to like manage people's accounts. So when you buy a house and you make your mortgage payment to the company, I'm that company. So basically, for all of our accounts, there's probably like 400 accounts. I have to go in to like the county and pay each one of these people's taxes for them.
Oh, damn.
And
So
you
you're
gotta-
like the middleman.
Yeah, and you got to make sure the money's right, and you got to make sure it gets there on time, and like it's not delinquent. It's a whole thing. And if like a lot of people, they don't have enough money in there, because usually it goes up, it doesn't go down. So then I have to like call people and be like, yo, you got to send us more money because we got to pay this shit.
So, well, and I guess, yeah, now it is like almost tax time. So everyone's like, oh, fuck, gotta get that shit in.
Well, property taxes are different than
I
like
guess it
IRS
is.
taxes.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're due by May 1st. So I literally have like 2 weeks to get like hundreds of payments out. Yeah. It's a lot.
Damn, son. So you a busy bee. When you tell me all the time, like most of the time at work, you're like not doing shit. You're bored.
Oh, usually I'm playing like the iPhone games on my phone and like browsing TikTok.
So at least that's gotta be nice to have like a little different here. Like, oh yeah, now you actually have something to do instead of just like not doing anything.
Oh no, it's nice. The day definitely goes by really quick, but it's like the deadline that gets me, because I'm like, I'm not working fast enough. But it's like if I go too fast, then I'm gonna fuck it up.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I don't know what the fuck, but I know it has no, like, there's no relation, but it's been dead at my work for this past like week, and it's been fucking pissing me off. Like, I've been going to work and I've just been like standing there not doing shit, and I'm like, damn, I come here to work work and like actually do shit, and like nobody wants to come out and eat, and it makes
You're
me
like,
sad.
come give us your money.
I'm like, yeah, come get some good food, get good service, have a nice beer, give me your money. Like, where's everybody at? Like, don't you want to come eat? And I work in like a nice part of town where all these people like got money, so I'm like, come on, you old fucks, like, come give me your money.
Right.
I want your monies. But whatever, it was just my birthday was was on Friday.
Ooh.
Turned 23 years old. Now I'll tell you what, in these 23 years of living that I have lived on this earth, I haven't learned shit. Like, I genuinely feel like the older I get, I just have more questions, and I have more shit that I'm like, what the fuck is next? Like, I don't know anything. If I could go back to my younger self and like give like 12-year-old Cody advice, I'd say like, strap in, motherfucker.
Life
like,
was just so much simpler the younger you are. Like, the older you get, the more you're like, what the fuck?
don't you like, it's kind of like, damn, all of these old adults that we thought didn't know shit were really right, and we really needed to enjoy being a kid. But that's also my catch-22, because if you told me like, hey, do you want to go do high school over again? I'd be like, fuck no.
See,
Nah,
I don't
I'm
want to
good.
do it
Like,
over
I don't wanna
again.
do that shit.
I don't want to do school, but I want to be able to like not have fucking bills, go to parties every weekend, and like do that again. But not school. Fuck that. And like the social stigmas and all that, I'm not about it.
Why does it feel like too we were we were able to drink and function so much more as a teenager, and like, we're not old yet. Like, I feel like right now we should be in our prime, and I feel like we totally fucking missed our prime like years ago.
Honestly, I feel like my drinking peaked at like 16 years old. Like, I was getting trashed every weekend, and back then you're not using chasers. You're drinking straight out the bottle, like getting trashed. And you're totally right about like functioning. Literally, I'd be like at a party on Sunday night and I'd be fucked up, and then I'd have to wake up at like 6 a.m. to go to school. And I'd be functioning perfectly fine.
And you would still do it. You go to a party, you go have a good time out with your friends, and then you come back. But now even still too, like last weekend I did some partying. We fucking got
As you
hammered.
should.
Yeah, I'm like,
It's your birthday.
It's my birthday. I like to go out and party. I like to go have a good time. Like, I ain't gonna sit at home and be a lazy or be like someone who doesn't like fun. Like, I like fun. And I want to go have fun.
But we got our spots. It's not like we're like bums and we don't go out.
That's true. We go out all the time. Honestly, there are some times where I'm like, maybe a little too much. But what else is there to do? We live in the desert and there ain't shit to do here
For
besides drinking and shopping. But we ain't got money. And drinking's cheaper.
Yeah.
So then you got to pick the lesser of the two.
And once you're drinking, you don't care that there's nothing to do because you're just drinking and hanging out, having a good time.
That's right. The conversation starts flowing. And then like what you were saying, like we have our spots that we like to go to. There's this little bar downtown that we like to go to. It's a really cool little spot. We make friends there pretty much like every single time. So
we definitely meet new people there often.
Which is such a good thing. And which is funny because like, you know, we've been to plenty like little straight type bars and nobody fucking talks to you. And if they do talk to you, it's a creepy ass old dude that like is just making sexual innuendos the whole time. And it's just making you feel really uncomfortable.
Literally, you walk in, you're like going to try out a new bar and you open the door and the like 4 patrons that are in there all turn and it's like dead silent and they just look at you and you're like
staring you down and you're like, okay,
slowly back out and close the door.
Not our bar.
No.
We did that one time.
That's
Sarah was
exactly
like,
what happened.
we keep going to our bar, like we should go somewhere else. And I was like, well, let's hit up this place, you know, like it's just right down the street. It's a little like hole in the wall. It's a cool place. We can grab a drink. So we're like, okay. We walk in, there's like 5 people sitting at the bar. It's like quiet as shit, dark as fuck, and they just like stare at us and we're like, we just turned right around and we're like, oh no, we stayed and had a drink.
I think we got one drink and then we felt the awkward vibes, literally pounded the drink and then left.
We just were not the crowd that needed to be in there. Like we didn't fit in. So we were like, okay, well let's just go back to Over-Reliable. And then we got really drunk for really cheap because there's heavy ass pours.
And we're regulars.
And like we just gone, we were chit chatting with people. We had a good time. You can't beat it.
But yeah, that's where we went on your birthday. I think that's what you were going into.
Yes, that's where we went out to my birthday. First we went over to one of my friend's house and he had like decorated his whole apartment and like did the whole thing. We got pre-game there, got pretty trashed. We ended up pre-gaming for a while there.
We did. We didn't get to the bar until like 11, I think.
Yeah, and then before I got there, I was drinking shots with one of my other friends for my birthday. So it was just like shots everywhere, drinks everywhere.
And you had drinks at work? I met you at your work before that, drinks at work?
That's right. I had a couple drinks after I got off work. Here's my advice. Work on your birthday and then take the next day off. Because then you work, you have money for that day, and then you just need a recovery day for the next day.
Well, and it's like, unless you're going to get day drunk on your birthday, like you work during the day and then you party it up at night.
Correct. So it's like, might as well still get your money. Don't like lose out on your money. But then the next day, like take your day off to recover and recoup.
Yeah. You always got to have a recovery day. You don't know what's going to happen.
It was actually really fucked up. I didn't ever get my recovery day because I forgot to request the day off. And we're like a really small place. So there's not a lot of people to like cover. So I was only able to like switch to the latest shift. So I had to go in at 4:30. I was so fucking hungover. I was so miserable. I walked in and like the first thing everyone said to me was like, wow, you look like shit.
Of course I do. That's what I would have said.
It's like, as I should. Yeah. Like I have every right to be looking, to be acting, to be like
a mess,
dying right now because it was my fucking birthday. It's still my birthday. It's the day after is still your birthday.
The birthday weekend.
The birthday weekend, the birthday week. Some people do the birthday month. Like I want to do a birthday year to celebrate me all year. Like that kind of
the year
stuff.
of Cody.
Yeah, like why not? That's what I'm gonna do for my 24th. Like next year, it's my birthday all year.
Okay.
And so it's just every day, everyone has to buy me a present every single day. So I should get 365 gifts from my mom, from you, from my dad, from everybody. I want gifts from everybody. 1 gift a day. Chop,
I'm
chop.
fucking poor. Like even if I gave you $1 a day, that's $365.
You gotta figure it out, girl. I want good gifts too. If it's not good enough, I will throw it back at your face. I'll be like, this is trash.
Oh my God.
Fix it, bitch. Or you'll be exiled. Exiled. Death.
Oh off with the head.
For real. Holy fucking shitballs.
That's how I felt about what happened on your birthday night. Holy fucking shitballs.
Well,
we had
yeah,
an
'cause
incident.
It wasn't like we just were able to go out, have a good time. Shit just doesn't always get to go right.
Something
with us,
always happens.
Unfortunately,
You get a
shit
little
always
speed bump.
happens.
Mm-hmm.
You want to explain? Because it was really you. I was outside having the time of my life.
Okay, yeah. So we had a good sized group together. There was what, maybe like 8 of us? Like
Yeah,
we had a
probably
decent
about.
amount of people. And the bar that we go to, it's like an indoor outdoor, so there's seating outside. So you guys were outside, and then a couple of us at a table inside. You know, we have our mixed drinks. One of the friends is drinking White Claws, and then I'm not gonna name nobody, but like basically somebody brings in drinks from outside the bar.
Somebody that we were at had brought a cooler to pregame and then brought the cooler to the bar.
Like in the car. It was just in the car. But
Correct.
he like specifically went to the car, brought in cooler drinks into the bar, and then left them on our table. So I'm sitting at this table with a couple of our friends, and the drinks are there. We're not drinking them. We're not touching them. They're not open, but they're sitting on our table. And the person that brought them in wasn't near us. So the bartender comes over. Clearly, you can't bring your own drinks. It's not BYOB. It's a bar. So the bartender freaks out, gets mad, and we're in the process of being kicked out. He's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, hold on. I see the person that brought them in. So I go over there. I'm like, look, you need to handle this. We're getting in trouble for this. And I don't know this person, mind you. I had met them once or twice before. I'm like, I don't know you, but you need to fix this. He goes, I got you. I got it handled. Come to find out,
We go out and it was super weird and it was really weird timing. I have a couple like theories about why and how this went down. But right when he came out to tell us, they were like, hey, let's go to this other bar. But it happened so fast, I don't know if they were correlated because I just heard, hey, we're going to this other bar. And then all of a sudden it was, hey, your friends are getting kicked out. We're going to this other bar. And we turned around and we're like, I was like, no, my friends don't get kicked out. Like, especially here, like, they all know how to act and behave. Like, they were sitting there in the corner. What the fuck did they do to get kicked out? And they were like, oh, yeah, your friends brought in, like, drinks to the bar. And I was like, first of all, that's bullshit. All my friends drink vodka Red Bull, and none of them smuggled in a vodka or a Red Bull. Like, they also all didn't have purses or shit. Like,
I'm glad it made no sense
cooch?
to you. I'm glad it made no sense to you because I was fucking triggered the whole time because I didn't know any of this, but literally was like, oh, I got it handled, and then goes and tells you that it's like our fault.
Yeah, he was like, oh yeah, your friends like brought in shit. So we're like, that doesn't really make sense, especially because my friends buy drinks.
Yeah, we had our
that you
mixed drinks.
can't like just bring in.
Yeah.
Unless like I saw them walking in with it previously. Like they literally would have had to like fucking make a whole cocktail at the table. Like it would have been blatantly obvious.
And we would have had it at the pregame. You're like, I know they don't have shit because you didn't have it at the pregame.
The only person that had shit that was like bringing was you
with the
telling
cooler.
us.
You got the cooler, bro.
So then like instantly too, like I don't even have time to stand up and go inside to kind of figure out what's going on. Everyone starts walking out and they're like, we're good, we got it, it's good. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And turned to find out, like, homeboy brought him in to try to get like my friends excommunicated because he was trying to get it in with another person at the table and thought like you guys were like crushing through. I mean, honestly, who knows? That could have been a theory. I think it was just trying to get us out of the bar to get us to a new bar. But I was like, it's my fucking birthday and we just got here and I'm gonna tell you what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah, it's like, it's not your choice if you want to go to another bar. See, my theory was,
you're not my friend.
He saw I think this is what happened. He saw it was going to shit and he's like, we gotta go, we gotta get the fuck out, like let's go to this other bar. That's what I think happened. He knew he was in trouble. Like, he's the one that brought them in and I wasn't going to take the fucking blame. I don't know you.
Yeah, you guys were not the one to be like, oh, okay, we'll just take it and like eat it. Like, fuck no.
No. I literally went up to, I literally like tattled at the end. Like I was like, I went up to the bar. I was like, we're regulars, you know. I'm like, look, wasn't me. You know what we drink. He's like, we'll pull the footage. We're pretty sure. I'm like, okay. I'm like, you know. He's like, we know. I'm like, all right.
That was just the big thing. Yeah, it's like we don't want to get. Well, and then what was it like 2 weeks before that? Like we got into some shit in the parking lot about some like crazy asshole at the bar.
I think we talked about that last week. The asshole we talked about last week.
Yeah,
yeah, we brought it up. I think we brought it up. Anyway, we got into a whole altercation like 2 weeks before at this same bar that's like our spot. So I'm like, we don't need this type of shit going on.
Yeah, I ain't trying to like be known as someone who's got problems, especially too after we've been going there for like 2+ years. Like now all this shit is happening. Now we just want to chill and hang out, and people are like starting shit.
No, that was bogus, especially on your birthday. But we honestly recovered. Basically, he like dipped out. He just left, and then we just kind of were like, whoop, right back in it.
Yeah, I mean, we really didn't skip a beat. It was a really good time. I had so much fun. I don't really remember a whole lot of the night, but that typically is a good sign that you had a good time.
Yeah, especially on your birthday. You don't need to remember. You're good. Hell yeah. You're alive.
And now we're 23. We're living another year. Did I think I was going to make it here? Who knows? I thought, honestly, when I first turned 18 and I moved out, my biggest fear was going homeless. Like, I was just like, I'm going to make one wrong move and then be like on the street.
It's going to be like a colossal, like, avalanche of your life just goes to shit.
Yeah, like that's literally, I was like, I'm going to miss one payment and then like not, and then everything else is going to go to shit. So I'm like, cool. Like now we getting established. Now we figuring shit out. We're still broke. We still ain't got no money.
But we're living. We're doing it.
But now we like got a couple years under this. I have learned way more in the 4 years now that I've lived by myself, like lived on my own, than I have like the whole entire other 18 years of my life.
It's just a lot of new information. It's like adult information, if that makes sense. It's like a different level of living.
Like if you go back to like what we were talking about, like if you could go back and relive, like if I went back and like tried to redo school with the knowledge that I have now and everything that I know, I'd get expelled. Like I just wouldn't fucking listen, because at that point I'm like, you're not teaching us anything important. This is all stupid shit. Like grades don't fucking matter. Well, like none of this matters.
You don't have
like,
world knowledge at that point, so you're like, school's the only thing that matters. And like and the problems that you have are like bullshit problems most of the time. Like I look back on stuff that was like an issue for me and I'm like, that was like not even a big deal.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to like shit on the idea of like college or school, because like plenty of people do it, plenty of people like get successful, and that's also like the way that they need to go through to do the things that they want to do. But then it's like you get like a taste of the real world and you realize like there's so much money to be made, there's so much things to be done, there's so many like jobs to start and do that you don't need to go to college for. Like it's just a giant fucking money pit. If anything, the most that I hear, that people that I work with, like my coworkers, they like, a lot of them have degrees, they're like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in debt, and then we're
doing the same
shit and making the same amount of money. And I'm like, well, at least I don't have a fucking student loan payment to pay off for the rest of my life.
Right.
I saw this one thing. It was for a student loan. It was like the person took out like a $70,000 loan, had paid back like $96,000, and then still owed like $116,000. Like,
my God.
It's just with the interest and like such a high loan and like how long you have it for, like they pretty much like are bare fucking you for the rest of your life. Like no lube, raw.
I literally just saw a video. It's like sort of related. Basically this guy like posted that he was like in debt like $80,000 or something, and just as a joke sort of, he was like, what if everybody sent me $1, everybody that sees this? Literally he paid off his shit because everybody sent him $1 that saw it. And I'm like, why are we not all collectively like helping each other pay off? You know what I'm saying?
I actually like, saw that. It was like, I had like 87,000 and he did that shit.
But you know what I mean? I'm like, literally, if you just send $1, like if you post that and you send $1 to somebody and everybody does that, it's like not much money to you. It's $1. But if everybody was doing that, you know how much shit we could get paid off and like how much debt we would be rid of as a society?
See, but then that's the thinking that gets you fucking shot.
See, like, I'm like, I'm gonna be dead in like 2 weeks.
Did you see
mysterious circumstances?
There was this. It's something I didn't look up, but I actually thought it was really interesting.
Is it that water car?
Yeah.
Yes.
You saw that?
I saw that, and then I saw the people talking about how like someone had already done that before and they got killed.
So,
or they died mysteriously, but like the government fucking killed them for making a car that runs on water. Yeah, this is this exact video I saw.
Okay, well, we can't play it with sound, but... Or at least the first part.
Yeah, I think the second part's where the guy's talking about it.
Is everyone complaining about gas prices and mine runs on water?
It's literally in this guy's trunk.
They killed the last guy that did that. They didn't even try to cover it. They just killed him.
And so, like, that was, like... It's in the comments, too. I forgot the name. Like, I probably shouldn't be just, like, scrolling through. But you can't really see them. We pretty much blocked them. It was... What's his name? They put it somewhere. I don't know. Maybe that's something to, like, look up into. I'm still serious. Like, I would like to do, like, a conspiracy theory, like, episode.
Love conspiracy theories.
We would just need to, like, actually find some time to sit down and, like, write stuff
Go
together.
over them.
Yeah.
Plan it out more.
But something like that, shit, too, like... That shit'll get you shot, like, thinking about that. Like, all of a sudden, you're coming up with a way of, like, world peace or, like, overturning something or, like, that's taking out all, like, the big, like, that's taking out capitalism right there.
Right.
And, like,
it's like the people that are woke are, like, you can't say nothing. Even if you know, you can't say anything because then it's going to get shot down.
That's also one thing, though, that I kind of get irritated with, like, TikTok and people is, like, you have, like, your little secrets and then... or like little cool things that nobody really knows about, and then someone makes a TikTok about it, and then it blows up, and then now that quiet little cool thing that you had is now like not quiet and cool anymore.
It's like sold out, or what, you know what I mean? Something like specific, like Sheen.
Like I had seen before that, I had seen this TikTok about this like way to get into Disneyland. Like the main way is always so busy, but there was another way where like if you went through this one way, there's no one there, you always get to zoom right in. But then I'm like, they were like, oh, it's been seen by like 6 million people and da 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 da. And I'm like, well, now when you go, it's gonna be fucking packed with people. Like you fucked that for you and everyone else that knew about that because you wanted to go ahead and like make that shit public. And now it's gonna be just as busy as the other one, you know?
Right.
So I'm just like, keep that shit to yourself, guys. Like sometimes not everything needs to be shared, and sometimes we need to keep things like personal into ourselves so that it's a good secret.
Share it with your group, but don't let it out. It's like an inside joke, but like an inside tip.
You need to always be able to like keep that shit, because then that's for you. Now like everyone knows about it, and like the cool good thing that you had is now ruined.
Right. That's how I feel about Shein. Literally, I've been shopping on Shein for like 3 years. And then it just popped off on TikTok. And now, I mean, it's still cheap. I'm happy the prices haven't gone up, but they did get more expensive. I used to be able to get like hella shit. Well, and now it's like, I do see stuff that's like $20-$30, but they do have cheap stuff still too. I'm like, I'm not mad about it because the clothes are cute as fuck and everyone deserves to shop on Shein, but like.
My thing, they've like really just recently gotten into, whatchamacallit. I feel like they have like recently put more of a bigger push into like male clothing. And so I've just recently started like watching and getting onto that for like the first time. And I ain't never done that shit before, but now I'm obsessed.
Literally,
like,
you're getting a whole new wardrobe.
Well, yeah, one, because it really is so fucking cheap and you can get Afterpay, but in like my closet is so fucking like full of shit and it's just so full of old clothes. So I'm like, I got some new clothes, like this shirt. I got this nice new shirt for Teddy Fresh for my birthday. Love it. And I just kind of like, I saw this one TikTok a couple days ago or like a week ago or so. I honestly saved it here. I'll show you, because like I really feel like this is true, and like I've hit this weird new chapter in my life where I'm like, I'm just ready to fucking go, dude. And every day, like usually I'd wake up and I'm just super fucking groggy, tired, and then I have no motivation to do anything, and I just lay in bed until I'm like, oh, I have to go to work and I don't want to go to work and I just don't want to do anything and da da da. And then I lay there and have like no motivation. Whereas like lately I've really been feeling like ready to go. I wake up and
I saw this.
I wake up every day like now and I'm like, okay, what am I doing? Like I get up, I'm like
You're ready to go
at like 7:30 and I'm just like, okay, I'm getting bored again. Like I need things.
Like I want to be doing something.
I exercised today.
I folded 2 loads of laundry today.
I'm like, where's the applause in the background?
2 loads. Not even just one, but 2 loads of laundry today. And then I cleaned out my whole closet. I donated 2 big old bags of clothes. I cleaned my room. I set up this dope ass shelf with your help. Then we went and decorated it. Doesn't it look so fucking nice?
Yeah,
honestly,
we did all that.
this looks so much better than the green screen too. Just because my poor little computer doesn't have to be working overtime. We look better. The background looks nice. I feel like we have more room too. Like, it's just like we're more here. I can't wait to like change this picture.
Yeah, I put us in there.
Yeah, like a cute little picture of all 3 of us, like all just the podcast crew.
The pod.
Which, oh, That's Whack is dead, but it will be revived. It will come back. Like,
it's on hold. It's just paused.
it's on a giant hiatus until who knows when.
Hiatus.
But it'll be back, like, eventually. But anyways, yeah, I've been feeling like really ready to go.
Just
and
ready to
so-
start something.
Well, and with my goals, so 23 hit. I'm 23. Here I am. I'm bored with fucking life, pretty much. Like, I've hit the point where every single day I wake up and I'm so fucking tired of just living the same day
Repetitive.
over and over and over. I wake up at 7 o'clock. I take a morning shit. I take a dab. I walk the dog. I go to work. I get off. I sit and wait to go to work the next fucking day. And I do it every day. And I'm like, I'm fucking bored. Like, I know what the fuck's gonna happen. At this point, my Thursday, my day off, is fucking Chick-fil-A Thursday. Because every single fucking Thursday I get Chick-fil-A. And that's like the one thing I clutch onto for fucking happiness. And
Chick-fil-A day.
I need something different. I need something new. And
Shout out Chick-fil-A for our happiness.
I seriously was like, this is it. Like, I'm just an unmotivated piece of shit, and I'm just gonna watch my whole life like kind of go by. And then like something fucking clicked, and now I'm just like, all right, here we go. And so 2 goals. Like, I ain't getting crazy with myself. Like, I feel like these are very achievable, and it's nothing that's stopping me, and I can do it. But they're not a lot. Like, it's not overstepping. Like, it's not anything huge. But I want to have merch for the show. That's Whack needs merch. So Spontaneous needs merch. We need to get it out there.
And we've been talking about it though. It's in the works. Like, we've planned it a little bit.
We've been thinking about ideas. We've been kind of shooting the shit back and forth. I at least like want to have a couple ideas for you guys. Like, not just come out with like one t-shirt like design made into like 5 things. Like, we would like to have like cool shit. But I would love to get into that, like actually having some merch and actually like steady selling that. And then I would also like to start an LLC. Like, I've been thinking about it, like kind of thinking about starting a business and like starting doing shit. And so I've been like talking to some people, just chit-chatting here and there, getting ideas. And I think it's an achievable goal for me by the end of the time I turn 24. I feel like I can achieve a whole lot more within the year, but at least those are the 2 goals to kind of get me started.
Okay. No, that's good.
So I'm really fucking excited, and it was really cool because like I start feeling like this oomph and this like energy shift in
just
me.
builds.
And then like that day when I'm just like really thinking about it, I just kind of stumble upon this TikTok, and let me see if I can like make it bigger.
I love that when that happens, but then I'm like, the phones are fucking like in our
What the
brains or
fuck?
something. But no, that happens often to me where it's like you'll be thinking about something and then it just pops up and you're like, wait, what? Is this a sign? And it totally is.
I don't know, did that make it better?
It just made the words bigger, but not the video.
That's what I really need.
Technical difficulties.
Hey, like I said, we're still figuring shit out. Okay, ready?
Yes.
And I'll read it too for like the audio listeners. It's just a TikTok. It says POV, you're chilling and all of a sudden it just feels like season 2 just started. Like, all of a sudden you can sense new plot lines, new characters, some returning ones, romance subplot, action and adventure, wardrobe change, budget increases.
So it's basically this guy, he's sitting in his apartment and he's just like chilling, and then he gets up and he's like, I can do all these things. It's all like coming
It's
together.
like, huh,
Yeah.
wow, like it's like as he like felt like
It's
a
like a big
different like
moment.
sense.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what I felt. Like, literally all of that has kind of really been like happening to me, and I'm just like, shit's about to go fucking down, dude. Like, I have been sitting here manifesting this bullshit long enough
It's time.
It's time to get it together.
I've been trying to be nice. Like, I'm trying to be nicer. I've been trying to give out a whole lot more recently to try to hopefully get back more. Like,
Okay. I feel that. I have a goal, but mine's not like big like that.
what's your goal?
Not like a goal, but it's how you were saying you're trying to be nicer and shit. I have a problem I've noticed with eye contact. Like with just like strangers, even like at the grocery store, if I'm checking out and there's a cashier, like I will not look this woman in her fucking eyes, and I don't know why. So I've been trying to do that, but like when I
Should we do a
talk to
staring
people,
contest? Do you want to stare into my eyes right
no,
now?
because you literally had your eyeballs open for like 2 whole minutes in Vegas like 2 years ago, and it scared me.
I'm staring into
I
your
was,
soul.
I was waiting for your
I can
eyeballs
see
to fall
your
out.
secrets.
No, it's not like it.
Your inner
See, I have to
child.
break the eye contact too. I
know, she
can't.
even
It
looked
makes me
away.
uncomfortable, but I don't know why. So I'm trying to like get over it.
That reminds me of that story that our friend Christopher had told, that like he was at the bar one time and he was talking to like strangers. He was just by himself, and he was just like, he had realized that like eye contact makes people very uncomfortable, like especially strangers. So he was like, any person that talked to me at the bar, I would make eye contact with them and not break it. And he's like, it made so many people uncomfortable. Like, people can't handle that shit.
I can't. No, it's total opposite spectrum. He's the one that's like staring into the souls, and I'm like, don't fucking look at me.
Well, don't you always feel too, like after you stare for a while, like there's like a weird sexual undertone that just always builds? Is that just me?
Oh my god. No, I feel it with certain people, but it's like you don't feel like that with me.
No,
Like
but
we're not
I'm-
like sexual. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and I'm also like, right now I'm trying to do it to be funny. I'm like, I know you said it's making you uncomfortable, so I'm like, I ain't gonna make eye contact.
No, I don't know. It doesn't make me uncomfortable. I just notice that. I guess maybe it makes me uncomfortable. It's like a learned behavior or something. I don't look at people because it makes me uncomfortable. Maybe I don't know. I have no clue.
There was like, I have really bad posture,
Oh,
and like I'm
same.
also like really insecure with like how I carry, like, I mean like how I carry myself in public, like meaning like actually like having my posture up, because like you start to hunch over, you get really thick, and like you just look gross. And I remember one time, it was like years ago, I had seen this like dumb little video. I don't even remember where I saw it, but it was just talking about like how to walk, like walking with more confidence actually makes you like look better. And so it's like keeping your shoulders back, chest out, face forward, making eye contact. Like it's super uncomfortable to do, and even when I like sit like that, I feel like I'm projecting out more. But then when you look at yourself in like a mirror or something, you look so normal.
You look
But it's
better.
just so.
I
and
learned that
you
when I
look
started
so much
when
better,
I started
yes.
working out hardcore. I learned that because when you're doing the like workouts, you have to have proper like posture position, so it totally fixes your posture and it
Yep.
makes you like check it out. You know what I'm
It
saying?
does. It like, well, think about it, because like then all that like arch in the
Oh.
back that makes you look thicker is now
Yeah.
like inward. I've always felt like I had like a really big chest, like a wide chest. So then I was like, keep it crunched in, you know, like, but then I realized like it makes me like, and I'm like, now I'm all short and stumpy, but then I'm like, I go out
Yeah.
and I just like normal, like this is normal.
No, it doesn't
And
look
then-
excessive.
but like the minute that I started doing that, like I just thought about that. So then I'd walk out in public, and then I just like chest out, shoulders down, head forward. Like one, I felt a lot better, and I feel like a lot more people noticed me.
Yeah, you get more looks
People are
because
like,
you're
"Oh,
like,
who's that?"
yeah,
You're
like
walking with such
up.
confidence.
You're fucking proud to be there.
You're like, I'm a motherfucking J.
You're like, I'm here, not okay. I'm here. Like,
I'm just another
yeah.
little person hiding in the background.
No.
Listen, I want to be fucking
the star.
the main character. I want to be fucking boss number one, like patient goddamn zero. No, I don't want to be that, but like, you know what I mean? I want to just be
God.
that bitch. I want to be everybody. I want to be everybody's friends. I have a problem with wanting everyone to like me, and I get really anxious when I feel like nobody likes me or when someone doesn't like me.
See, I don't give a whole fuck. I'm like, you don't like me? Good. I don't fucking need your ass. That's how I feel.
See, I feel like it's so weird where it's like, is this going to sound bad?
Oh my god, is it? I'm like, I felt like I
I'm still
sounded
saying it.
conceited as fuck just now saying
If
that
I
too.
feel like I'm better than you, then no, I don't give a fuck what you think.
You're like, you're beneath me. I don't fucking need you.
But if I think you're an equal
Yeah.
or I look up to you, like, fuck yeah. Or I think you're, like, better than me, then, like, yeah, I need your approval. Like, I crave it. But if I look at you and I'm like, bitch.
Like the hunched over person, you're like, I don't care about your opinion.
It's like, I was there, like, years ago. Catch up.
So
No,
dead.
not even that, too. Like, and I'm not saying, like, better than me. I just mean, like, somebody that I don't like, really. And, like, the only reason I don't like somebody is if you're, like, an actual piece of shit person. You're, like...
Like they just don't have the
dumb.
same values or like the same shit.
or you're a
as-
fucking
yeah.
psycho. Like,
Yeah.
it really does take a lot for me not to like you. But I'm also the type of person where, like, if I don't like you, you're gonna fucking know it. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
Dude, logic is such a I've noticed, like, as I've gotten older, people that are illogical or they just like make no sense piss me the fuck off so much. I'm like, how do you think that? How are you even functioning?
That, as well as we have been told growing up time and time again to tell the fucking truth. And why is it that now when we get older, people get so fucking offended to, like, hear the truth?
Everyone's so sensitive now. I'm like, what are we supposed to do? Lie to each other all the time to make everybody feel okay?
Yeah, pretty fucking much. Like, that's what people want you to do. They just want you to fake and be, like, lie and, like, pretend that everything's okay and fine and dandy when it's
not.
like...
It's not.
Nah, if I don't fucking like you, like, why do I have to pretend to like you? I could just say, listen, I don't fucking like you.
Mm-hmm.
I respect you. We can be cordial, but, like, I don't have to fucking sit here and be buddy and, like, pretend to be your fucking friend.
Yeah, I'm like, we ain't in like some professional, like, we have to get along because I'm going to see you for the rest of my fucking life. Like, if we don't get along, we don't get along.
That's also what they do. It's like, I feel like a lot of people, and, like, it was getting kind of frustrating for me too. I think that's kind of why I, like, stopped hanging out with so many people from high school, was because everyone had that mentality and, like, mindset of, like, oh my God, they're not going to like me, or what the fuck are they going to think? And it's like,
I don't
well,
care.
who the fuck cares? Like, you don't have to see that person ever again. Ever. Never. If you don't like somebody, like, now as an adult, you can just choose to never see them again.
Literally, like that guy, I'm like, I'm going to get into like a piece of my fucking relationship.
in.
I had a whole situation with this guy, like on and off, just like constant bullshit pretty much. I was like in the whirlwind with this guy. And it got to a point literally, what, like 2 days ago? I basically sent him a long ass message, told him like, you need to get it together, like look in the fucking mirror, like blah blah blah, like this is everything that was wrong with what just happened, I don't deserve this, goodbye. Sent it and then blocked his ass. I'm like, I'm never gonna speak to you again in my whole life, and that's okay.
Well, 100%, because, like, this bitch, we're gonna backtrack all the way to fucking January 1st, 2022.
Okay, what? I'm like, what?
That was me rewinding the tape.
Okay.
This girl goes into 2022 and
yeah.
she's like, it's all about me. Fuck everyone else. Like, we doing me this year.
I did. I said I was going to be selfish this year, and I am. I'm like, I got a little off track. I got distracted, but I got it together. I recovered.
It was like 2 months into 2022. She meets this guy, and honestly, everything
It
kind of
was
seems
good.
dope. And I was honestly like, girl, fuck it. Like, go in it. What was the last time you were in a relationship? Like, fucking 4 years ago? Like,
Yeah.
get it. Like, follow it. But here's what happened is the first sign, like the first big red flag. She didn't run. She didn't dip out. She didn't think about herself. We have to learn.
No, I do. I feel like, and I am at that level now where I get it. I'm very much like not a people pleaser, but I give people the benefit of the doubt too much.
Yep.
I'm like, no, you're treating me like shit, so I'm out of here. That's how I need to be. But it's like if they just apologize, I'm like, oh, okay. But like, it's not okay.
Well, and that's what it was too. And it's like, it's not a bad thing, but it's just like,
I do it too
when
much.
when it's a random person that you like met on, like not like met to try to date and it didn't work out, like it's like not like there's
It's not like I know you
years of
previously.
history.
Yeah.
Like she did the right thing where like he fucked up, he did something stupid, and she was like, well, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, like try to give him a second chance, which I'm always like, for sure, second chance, sure. But then he like, mind you, these aren't really big fuck ups. Like it's not like he's doing some crazy shit, but it's just like when a first brand new relationship starts, and then this one's like, it's me, you're me,
I'm over here like, girl, drop his ass, drop his ass, drop
Yeah.
it, drop it, drop it.
Well, and this is the thing too that I realized. It's like when you're first with somebody, you should be in that like obsessed with them phase. Like you're like
Right.
not having any issues, and like literally the issues we were having were like not a big deal, but it was just like these little like weird, like I didn't even understand what the fuck was going on. That's what it was. I just was so confused half the time. I was like, what? So it just was not it. But that's how, like, it should not be like that. If you are into somebody, you're into them, and you shouldn't be having issues 24/7.
Correct, especially for like, and it's not like I'm like fuck that. Like, yeah, you're gonna have little bickers because like everyone like doesn't see eye to eye, or you like mishear something, but like to have shit happen all the damn time.
Well, and it was the same shit over and over again. It was like the same 3 issues because like I would say some shit and he'd be like, oh yeah, okay, I got you, and then didn't fucking got me basically. So I'm like, kick your ass to the curb.
All I know is I was just the whole time like, this is it, this is the last chance, send his ass home, send his ass home. And then finally Sarah was like, I blocked him.
I called you after work. I was like, guess what, Cody? You're like, what? You're like, did you get hit by a car? Like, what's going on? I'm like, I blocked his ass.
And that's all we needed to know. Like, good. She fucking sent him off on a long ass message telling him everything that's fucking wrong with him. And
I don't want to
left him
say
with
that in like a mean way. Like, he deserved it, but like I gave you so many chances and I accepted so much from you because I like thought you were a decent human being. And that's when I was like, no, I'm like, you don't care about other people. You only care about your, you know what I mean? I'm like, you have to put them in their fucking place.
Yes.
You got to do it.
Well, and then, yeah, like, I mean, at what point do you go like, listen, like, I barely know you, you barely know me, like, we're making snap judgments. I honestly don't give a fuck what you think about me, and I'm going to tell you what I think, and we're going to go our separate ways.
Yeah.
And then that kind of goes back into, like, what we were saying. It doesn't fucking matter what these people think.
I'm
Like,
never going to see
honestly,
this motherfucker in my life again. And we
True.
live literally 15 minutes away from each other, but who cares? Because I'm probably never going to run into him ever.
Well, and that's like, one, what the fuck does it matter what he has to say after you message? So it's like, who cares
It
to
was
like
gonna- yeah.
unblock him
It's
or
going to
like
be
listen
some
to
bullshit
that?
message.
But it could go back to him. Like, honestly, like, who the fuck are you to him? Like, you're gonna disappear into like
Right.
your own life. Like,
Well, I'm like, and not that I want to air that out, but like he was already fucking talking to other people anyway too. Like, it's not like we were together. We were only like talking for a few months. So I'm like, he already had people on deck.
bitch, tell me how fucked up. Okay, listen, I want advice on this. Well, if you are going to like hang out with a man like the second time, I hope this is not too much for you. I apologize.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, air it out. I'm like,
would you agree?
no. I didn't know what you were going to say. We're not fucking talking about that. We're not talking about it. We're done with this topic. Fuck this man. We're done.
Okay.
He's done.
Okay. You're done.
You're
I'm
done.
I'm-
Goodbye.
Next topic.
Next.
I know everyone would say no. That's all I need to tell. That's all I'm gonna say. You would say no. I would say no.
Yeah.
She
And
would
it's
say
nothing
yes.
like disgusting. I'm
No,
like, I
it's
don't
not.
want
It's
to
not
make it
bad.
seem like it's
It's
some
not
crazy.
like
It's just
some
like, what the
crazy
fuck?
weird
It's
shit.
just weird.
It's weird.
Yeah. It's very like oddly specific. But anyway, fuck that man.
Well, so I feel like we really have to kind of get into like the title of this episode.
Ethan Klein.
Ethan Klein got canceled the other. Well, I mean, canceled is loosely like at
They're
this
like
point.
trying to cancel him.
I'm glad.
Hmm?
I'm glad cancel culture isn't as like crazy as it was. I mean, it's still on a rampant like fire, but now I feel like people aren't like getting their whole careers destroyed for stupid shit. Like, people who actually do bad things are now facing consequences, but like now it's not like, oh my god, like you said one wrong thing in 2012 and they're trying to like kill you and your family.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That's how I feel like it was, dude. Like, and that's one thing I never understood is like everyone kept like being like, oh, this person said this in 2012, let's cancel them. This person said this in 2012, let's cancel them. This person said this in 2012, let's cancel them. And it's like,
You know how much shit has happened since 2012?
but it's also like, when do we take a second and realize that everything's happening in 2012, 2013, 2011, like when that was probably acceptable at the time, like
Yeah, that was before like the cusp of, you know, social changes.
woke culture.
Yeah, woke. Everybody wasn't woke yet.
But like, and that's when I was like, kind of take everything with a grain of salt. Like, look between the lines of like who's actually being vicious and who's just trying to make like a laugh and like a joke. Because
See, and you can tell. If you're woke, you can fucking tell.
right, if you're like trying to like face off things, that's why like one thing too is
I mean, I can't say things for a lot, like, for everybody else, but there's a really big thing with, like, I notice one group may find something, like, annoying or, like, that's kind of stupid, but then somebody else who doesn't affect or doesn't, like, comply with is offended over it.
Like, it doesn't even involve them and they're, like, irritated. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. But then I'm like,
those
I get
people
it.
just
Everyone's
don't have shit to
different.
do.
Everyone's different, and it also, like, it always depends on too on, like, what the latitude is. As for this, like, situation here, Ethan Klein was, like, doing his live stream for his podcast, and he had pulled up one of, well, scratch that, James Charles has posted a, like, recent video, and it was like him, like, buying shit on Amazon or whatever, and so he forgot to blur out his, like, buy again, and he had, like, diapers in there, like, buy diapers again. So everyone was like, oh shit, like, what the fuck are you doing buying, like, diapers?
Like adult ones or like kid diapers?
Yeah, adult, like, small, medium diapers. But then there's been, like, kind of question if James got a BBL done. So then everyone was like, well, maybe that's why.
Sense.
Yeah, like, it makes sense.
And I'm like, who gives a fuck what you're buying?
Well, and then but
the internet.
So it's the internet. It's, like, interesting content. It's something funny. Like, James Charles is a piece of shit anyway, so it's like always really funny to make fun of him. But Ethan Klein goes on and they're, like, talking about it, and they get into, like, the topic of, like, oh, he's like, do you think it's because he's a power bottom and his, like, butthole has been stretched out and he needs diapers?
Like, shitting himself because,
which I'm like, that happens. It's true. Like, that's true.
Anybody that does butt stuff knows that, like, sometimes shit happens.
Shit happens. But, like, honestly, the whole time, like, I remember even watching it, like, live. Like, I was watching it and I was just like, okay, these are just kind of, like, dumb jokes, like, normal jokes. Like, I thought they were funny. They were making fun of James Charles. It was funny. And they were just calling him, like, a power bottom. But then they were also like, what makes a power bottom? And then, like, kind of just went on, like, the top and bottom, like, subject. And people got offended over that. Like, oh, like, it's fucked up for you to, like, say that someone's a top or a bottom without even knowing. Which I'm like, yeah, sure, I get it. Like, yeah,
don't assume.
You don't know. But then it's like,
you know,
not even that, but being a part of, like, like, invested in and, like, going out into, like, the gay community of, like, at least Arizona here, and, like, everyone, like, is here, and, like, everything I hear at the bars, everything I hear between, like, you see on the internet and online and everything, it's like everyone's doing that shit. Like, everyone's calling people bottoms, everyone's calling people tops. Like, people get offended for being now called twinks or otters or all that shit, but it's like, we created that shit for ourselves.
Well, and that's what
and
I said
also
to you.
It's like, it's just like an identifying way that, like, some people really like, and as long as it's not being, like, made in a derogatory,
like,
malicious way, like, you have to eventually be able to see and distinguish between a joke and, like, a haha funny time versus, like, someone being, like, hateful,
coming at your, like, character, like, calling you a piece of shit, like, all that. Yeah,
it's not like he was calling you, like, the F slur bottom bitch, like, trying to, like, get at you, or, like, calling you, like, you, like, less than a man because of it. It was just like, oh, it's James Charles, he had diapers, he's probably a power bottom, like, ha ha ha. Like, it was just, like, a funny joke because, like, of who James is, you know?
Well, and the fact that you watched it and you weren't offended immediately, you know what I mean? Like, not that it's about you, but I feel like because everyone's trying to make it homophobic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's...
That was a big thing. And, like, I guess, like, a really big part of it, too, was he had a caller on at the end, and he was, like, trying to, like, explain, like, how that was wrong, which I'm like, that makes sense, you know? Like, yes, that is a term where it's like, you probably shouldn't do that, especially being a, like, public figure and having a platform like that. Like, you should learn from it, but is it something to, like, have, like, homophobic terms being thrown around and now you're a homophobe and all of this shit and, like, drama channels and everywhere? And I'm like, is it really that big of a deal? Like, I was watching through and I was like, the caller, I listened to him, I was like, he's making good points, yeah, like, I get it. But then I was also, like, watching Ethan, and he just, like, I could tell too, he didn't really even understand. He was like, oh, like, he just didn't get it. And so, I mean, that's something then you, like, have a private conversation, like, off air, and you, like, learn from somebody, not, like, while you're doing a show, which he even said, like,
people kind of forget too, like, we got to do this for entertainment. You have to exaggerate. You have to like put on a facade, like be over the top to be entertaining. If you sat here and were like a normal human being and like,
that's not fun. Nobody wants to just see
No
like
one
a
wants to sit
robot
here- yeah.
sitting here like a AI. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. Like, no, that's not it.
nobody wants that. People want something entertaining. People want like something to keep their like attention. And so it's like, well, you're either going to have people who are going to speak their fucking mind and say the truth and try to be funny and not always hit all the time.
Right.
Or you're going to have what you said, AI robots who aren't saying shit and are boring as fuck.
And it's like, what's the point of that? You need the personality. You need that like extra in there.
That's what it was like. I watched the stream and I was like, okay, like I didn't even like phase me, didn't even like kind of get clocked. I was just like kind of just typical like H3 humor, like just a normal another show. But then like after I saw like Ethan Klein is canceled again for like making homophobic remarks and blah blah blah, and I was like, when? Like I
You're
literally
like, wait,
just
what?
got done watching
Yeah.
that show. Like I'm very confused.
See, and that's what I mean. It's the fact that you didn't even notice. And you're like, why is everyone, like, you know, like, why is
But
everyone freaking out?
You can tell it's the people who like live their life on the internet. Like they're always on the
See?
internet, and there are a lot of people out there who they decide what's right and what's wrong versus what the masses on Twitter say is right and wrong. Like a lot of people like kind of don't have opinions of their own anymore.
Well, yeah, and see, my thing is I'm like, if someone is going to make like a big stink about something that's not a big deal, it's like, you clearly don't have anything else going on. Like, if you're going to get bent out of shape, I feel like people are so sensitive about, like, just everything. I'm like, why are you making an issue with everything? Like, do you have nothing better to do than, like, be pissed at the world?
Well, like, you know, there are a lot of people who, and I have heard it, like, they say all the time, like, I think it's fun to, like, start drama and start shit online.
I can't.
Which I'm like, yeah, there's some people there, but it's like, start shit over, like, something small, like, something dumb, like, your favorite song or your favorite rapper or who's better than who in, like, the music industry or, like,
Not to,
just
like,
some dumb shit.
ruin a career.
Yeah, but, like, to try to, like, just start shit and, like, fuel a fire for something that's not, just not worth it. Because now, yeah, it's even, like, give the man a second to be like, hey, this is what you said was wrong. This is why.
Yeah, and then
Take it and go in. But then there's also, and, like, I mean it for everybody, like, wouldn't you rather people kind of like be upfront and truthful and say the things that they want and then be like, okay, I don't like that person, go watch somebody else that
Yeah,
is
you don't
in line
agree,
with
go
me, versus
away.
like someone be fake and like not real. Like everyone's very much entitled to like act however they want, and
no,
then like,
that
we just
makes
like
sense.
choose not to watch them.
Yeah, watch somebody that agrees with you.
Correct. Like it's that simple. And like that's where even like Dan, their producer, like got was a whole bunch of shit because he was like, you know, the comments I guess were like flooding, and I remember he was like the flooding with people like talking shit, and he was like, shut up, like if you guys don't like it, don't fucking watch the show.
Right, I don't
and
know
it's
what
like
to tell
it
you.
really is that simple. Like just click off. Like you would want somebody to like change everything to like please everybody every single week, you're gonna not have a show.
Well, and that goes back to the whole how we were talking about like friends. It's like if you don't get along with someone, don't hang out with them. Like if you don't like something, don't watch it.
Yeah, like we are not forced to be doing anything like at this point. Like, and it's
You know how much content's out there? Unlimited content.
unlimited amount. You can find whatever and every. You can find us on here.
We're here.
Whoa!
We're here
if
for
you
y'all.
don't like them, you want to come and watch us. We have probably worse views.
Like we got worse content. We're
We
fucking
are
crazy on
fucked up
here.
in the mind. But yeah, I mean, I was just kind of really stupid, and then it was just like, did you see that Will Smith got fucking banned from the Oscars for 10 years?
See, I think that whole shit is bogus because I'm like, if you were gonna ban him, you shouldn't have let him go up and get his award.
Correct. It should have been an issue that was handled that night, not
Like if it
weeks
was-
later.
That's and that's what I mean. I'm like, if it was that big of a deal to ban someone for 10 years, like 10 years is a long ass time.
I heard that that like apparently he can still like win an award and be nominated. He just can't show up.
That's so stupid. I'm like, he should just not be included at all. Not that I'm like agreeing with that, but it's like if you're banned, you're banned.
Right at that point, I'd be like, "Fuck you and fuck your Oscar. I don't want it. Give it to me and I'll sell it. Like I'll melt
Right.
it down. I don't give a fuck about
Someone's
you
gonna have to
anymore."
like accept it on his behalf or
Well,
whatever.
and that was like one thing too. Like
the whole internet was so split between that, and it was like, man, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I'm like, we got into that on the last episode about how it's just like,
I know
why?
we definitely did, but even still, like, who cares? Everyone handles situations differently. Like, it's not like the man murdered him or like really he slapped the shit out of him for talking shit about his wife. Like, people get fucking punched for a whole lot less, like a whole lot less every single fucking day. Like, I have raged at somebody in my car over like less shit. I haven't like physically attacked somebody,
right?
But also too, like,
but if you knew them, you would. Like, if I was doing some fuck shit, you'd come up and just be like, bitch, what, you know?
Correct. And that's also like
they know each other.
It's also a whole weird side of life.
It's just a different dynamic.
Us normal people have no idea what the fuck's going on, because like, yes, everyone says it's like not fake. It wasn't fake or anything, but it's also like, if the Oscars gave a shit, they would have not recorded it. They would have not zoomed in his face. They would have fucking cut the cameras right the fuck away when he was walking up, or they would have had a fucking bodyguard or some shit go up and stop him. Like, you can't just storm a fucking stage. Like, they wanted that shit. They knew what was gonna happen. They knew the repercussions. They knew that everybody would be talking about them. So it's just kind of like,
who the fuck was talking about the Oscars before that? No one.
Yeah, like, who gives a fuck about like award shows nowadays, honestly? And it's not a bad thing, but
the world's
like,
just so different now with social like media. I
it
feel
is. But it's also super weird because it's like, everybody's watching these social media stars kind of get big, but then they're not celebrities. But then it's like the minute that you try to get a social media star to be a celebrity, they get shot down because they're not a celebrity, they're a social media star. But then it's like, that social media star is getting millions and millions and millions and millions of views every single fucking day, as we're like, this celebrity is
just famous
on a TV show that gets 30,000 views or like 300,000 views. Like, you know, like, TV is really dying. I mean, unless it's like streaming and like these new big shows that are like,
yeah, that's what it is. Cable is
streaming.
dying. Cable's dead.
Sitcoms,
who watches cable?
Dead. Like, who's watching a sitcom? Like, honestly, I feel like now I'm at the point where like, you watch sitcom, you can just see the fake set, you can see the fake acting, like, the jokes aren't funny. What was the last like sitcom that was made in the last 5 years that you watched
that was actually good?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I'm like, none. Next.
They have made like so many good like attempts at it too. The one like,
and I'm like, the older ones are good. It's just a whole
I heard it was not good. I haven't watched it.
I didn't even watch it because I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, How I Met Your Mother, like, the old ones are like almost like iconic at this point, because it's like there was a select few that like popped off, and it's just part of like history at this point. That's like not something that's still happening now. I feel like sitcoms are like not it now. And the fact that they did like a whole spin-off on How I Met Your Mother, I was like, why? So I didn't even watch it.
I will say one that I do want to watch is, and I didn't watch it, like, I mean, it just got renewed for a second season and I haven't seen it. I want to watch the iCarly. I wasn't really down for it. I thought it was going to be kind of stupid, but I've been seeing a lot more clips, and it does genuinely feel like it has the original iCarly vibes with it still, just older. So I want to kind of give that one a chance. I feel like that may be good.
Okay.
But like, I just also like, me personally too, I want to watch real shit. Not even just like actual real shit, but like even fake shit, like, that's dealing with real stuff. Like, I want to feel like I'm watching real people live their lives in a TV show. Like, I don't want to feel like I am watching actors portray something.
See, those aren't good actors though. Yeah, it's like, it's a different type of acting. It's like they're not fully taking on the role, because it's like, you know, like in movies or something, like, you should feel like that person is the person that their character they're playing.
Yeah.
That's what you mean.
Correct.
I want to be the main character in my life.
See, yeah, and I feel like now it's starting. Now we're kind of going in, and I'm super fucking excited. I'm like proud. We went and we did all of this today. We got this whole new background going. We went and got the cute little decorations. And like, I don't know why I don't like that. My voice got really high. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You're done.
But you know, I'm really excited.
We got right back into it too, especially because we took that big break, And it's like, we're not missing a beat. We're upgrading. We're doing our thing. We haven't even taken a break the last 2 episodes.
Yeah, we've really been pushing
It's
through.
been flowing.
And we got, I feel good. And like, we've gotten really good advice about the show, and we've gotten really good feedback. And so like, we're going to start kind of fine tuning, making it better. I want to get a new computer to try to like fix shit. I want to get a new camera. We say this all the time, like, we're improving, we're getting better.
It's in the works. We're never like not moving forward.
Yeah, we're always improving something, like one thing here or there. It may be small, it may not be big now, but everything that does get improved is like a good small thing. And that's what I feel like everybody wants, that overnight success. Like, they want to make like one viral video and then blow up. But like, when you do that, like, yeah, you have a really hard chance. You have a small chance of like turning that into a whole career. You have to work your fucking ass off to then try to like get out from under that one video's label.
Well, yeah, and it's like with the amount of content like we were talking about earlier, it's like you have to snap back that second, otherwise everybody's going to forget about you anyway.
Correct. As we're like, I want us to be doing this, and I want us to gradually grow, have like legit people following, and like really be doing something here. I want to see this shit turn into something crazy.
We will be crazy. But we're coming at you next week. I got to get going. It was a great show.
This is it for today. Make sure to, if you haven't, checked us out on YouTube. We are now doing YouTube Live. Got that all figured out. It's been a whole lot easier too, and I'm like, I'm really proud. I feel like this will kind of be another next step. So make sure you check us out, Official That's Whack on YouTube. And thank you so much for listening. We will see you guys next week.
Woo!
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh.
Leave that in there.
Sounds like an actual fart.
Leave that in there.
Okay. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for